Welcome back. So now what I want to do is pretty much on my page, I want a way to kind of add a new product. I've deleted all my products. I need a way to add new ones, right? So I just want to use a reactive form and just add a single button right here on the same component. Doesn't matter right now. I can always split it up later. So I want some kind of add functionality right here using reactive forms. So let's try and go into Angular IO just to kind of get the simple overview about how you can do that. Jump into features, and actually I want to go to the docs. There we go. And on the docs I want to go to fundamentals, and there is forms right here, and I'm going to jump to reactive forms because that's what I want to use. Now I have made videos about reactive forms, so we're not going to stay here for that long. One important thing that I want to note is that I'm going to add the reactive form module. I'm actually going to try and add that directly inside my feature module. So I'm going to the products module right here, and there I'm going to add the reactive form module right here. There we go. I'll add this import. So now I should be able to use reactive forms inside this module right here. So let's try and jump back and see how we can do it. Well, I need to again have a form control to get started, and then I can actually add some kind of input text. Let's find something that has a larger example because I just want to copy paste stuff right here. I'm just being lazy. So we'll start out with some kind of form group right here. That's what I want. And I'm going to go to my component, this case my list component, and here I want some kind of form group inside the constructor. So I'll just make a new form group, and this form group will be for creating, this form group will just be a name right now because that's all I want for my product. It will be for creating a product later on, and then later we can add more fields. So we'll just call it product form group like this for creating my beautiful product. I'll just add the import statement here. I'll add the import statement here. Again, this is stuff that I have made videos about before, so I'm not going to spend too much time here. I'll make product form group like this, and I'll just say that's a form group like this. So there we go. Now the form group should be available. Of course I need to use this keyword right here to kind of initialize it. I have a form group created. It only has one field called form control. So that should be enough to kind of start making my form. Let's jump back to the code right here and see what next they're doing. Well, it seems we're making a form group like this, kind of mapping these two together. So let's do that. Jumping back to my code, going into my HTML, and right below my unordered list, I'll add this new product form group right here. There it is. So that's the form group itself. And then I'm going to need two labels. One of them is going to be, in my case, I only have name actually, so that's the only one I'll take. And the name is name. I'll remove the other one. So there we go. Now we have a form with a very simple label. The last thing I want is, of course, some kind of button to submit. So right here, I'll just add a button. And I'll actually just make the value equal submit. Like this, not value, sorry, I'll make the type equal submit. There we go. I want this to be a submit button. There we go. I could actually just remove the square brackets right here and just write submit in a string like this. That's also allowed, so let's do that instead. So this would be my submit button, so I'll just say add right here. Let's save this and see what we got on the page. Products. There we have a small add button right here. I can write a name and press add. That's perfectly fine for now to kind of make some products. So that's the first step. Now I kind of have reactive forms. We can even try and create the add function right here. It's called onSubmit up here, ng-submit, and I can just say add product. Oh, that needs to be lowercase. Add product, right? And then that's all I have to do. I can get the information from the form. I can get that inside the form group later if I want to. So let's try and jump into the component list right here in the TypeScript file. And again, jump back and see what reactive form says about using this. So if I scroll down, I'll just keep going. Here's the submit, right? That's the one they talked about. And then you can get the value like this to actually see what you wrote inside the form. So let's try and do that. So jumping back to my code, I've made a function down here. I'm going to make a function called add product. I'm just going to do a bit of curly brackets here. And now I need my service. This PS, that's the service. It doesn't have the function yet, so we'll have to make that next lesson. What we can do is we can try and go here and make a constant just with the product data like this, and then we should be able to say this dot product form group dot value, and then we should actually have the product data. In our case, it's just going to be a name. So if we just place a debugger right here just to see everything is running as the final thing for this video, try and run over to our product here and try and type in a name of some kind, do add. I should actually hit that breakpoint. Of course I don't right now because I haven't opened my debugger. Press the add and see if we hit that debugger. There we go, we hit the debugger. Let's see what's in the product data. It has a name that I just typed in. So everything's running. That's perfect. That was how easy it was for me to kind of set up the reactive form so that we are actually ready next lesson to start taking this data and sending it to Firebase. See you next time. Have fun.